Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to my top 5 favorite dungeon crawlers on the iPhone App Store. This idea was given to me by Ryan Grunston. He was left on the Q&A announcement video for the 14,000 subscribers, so thank you so much, Ryan. I love your idea and I wanted to do it right away. And I'm going to start with one of my favorite genres right now, so we're doing the top 5 dungeon crawlers. So coming in at number 5 and first on the list is Heroes of Loot by, oh my god, what is your name? Oh my god, this is so awkward. By the Orange Pixel. I totally just had to Google that in the middle of the video, I apologize. So this game is fun, but it knows what it is. It was designed as a pick up and play type of dungeon crawler. What you do, you go into a dungeon, a run can last anywhere from 10 seconds to an hour or two. It's a very fun game. I haven't finished it myself. I don't even know if there's an end. The things that keep it from being higher on the list is the odds are so stacked against you and there's very little variety in the way that the game can play out. What you do is you scroll around a dungeon, you try to find a key, bring it to the door, go through the dungeon. That's it. That's really it. But on your way you collect loot to buy things. The money doesn't really do too much aside from buying the occasional shield to take damage for you for a little while. Potions, which really freaking help. Like, you have no idea. The difficulty in this game ramps up a lot, and you don't even know it's happening. The way damage is dealt, it's not portrayed very well, so you can go a while without knowing that you're taking damage, and whoops, you're dead. Oops. Well, that's sucking fuck. But it's a great pickup. I believe it's a $3 price tag. Coming in at number 4 on the list is Mage Gauntlet, a game by Rocket Cat Games where you collect hats and dungeon crawl. Now this game, this is unique. It actually has a story where you play as a mage's assistant who can't use magic. You use this gauntlet called the Mage Gauntlet, and that allows you to use magic. I'm not going to spoil any more of the plot, no, and it's not because I don't remember all of it. It's been a while since I played it. But the game is very fun. You go through different levels. It's not random. I don't believe it's randomly generated. There is a combat system. You can dash, you can charge up your attacks. You have a stamina bar, which you can ditch all of your stamina at once and use a charged up attack, or you can use it little by little and dash around. What makes this game unique is that there's no mana bar, there's no MP, there's no cooldowns on your skills. Instead, what you do to pick up magic is you break jars, sparkling little gold jars, and they'll drop magic powers. They're single use, so you go around, you collect one, you use it, it's gone for good, until you pick it up again. There's a large variety of skills, and some of them are pretty sweet. Some allowing you to shoot beams of light from your hand, others let you bring up spikes from the ground, and some let you summon a fire spirit to fight for you. In Mage Gauntlet, you can equip different items that give you bonuses. For example, I have an axe that lowers my swing speed, but boosts my attack by 50%. I don't see the downside. False. I see the downside. The game is great, it'll last you for a while, and there's a new game plus in the form of Master Mode, which ramps up the difficulty a lot. So that'll give you a second playthrough for sure, and it's definitely worth one. Number 3 on the list is Bit Dungeon. Who's that by? Hold on, I keep doing this. Who is this by? Okay, that one is by Kinto Games. That was a good one. I played that one on the channel a while back. I believe it's only $2 now. It was $1 when I bought it, but still, it's gotten better. It's gotten even better, so you guys should pick that up for sure. And honestly, the only thing that's keeping this game from being number 1 is a lack of alternative control schemes. The tap-to-touch controls work almost perfectly, most of the time. But as you're casually strolling past enemies, it allows them to get consecutive hits on you, and this is going to be the cause of death for most people on the first level. I mean, it's not that hard of a game, but if you could move a virtual stick around instead and hit and then duck and hit and duck, then, you know, it'd be a lot better. Who am I to say better? It would be better. That aside, the game is randomly generated, but you're given 10 rooms. 10 rooms to run around in. Every single one is laid out like a square, and then there's a little square on top of that square. So, what you do, you walk into a room, beat all the dudes in the room. It's very Binding of Isaac. Beat all the dudes in the room. Step 2, get the key. Step 3, you use the key to open one of anywhere from 1 to 3 doors in the room, and they'll lead you to the rooms that are all in the big rectangle. And then you repeat. You can go back through past rooms, slay ghosts, kill rats that are eating the corpses of your fallen foes. You can also pick up black souls as currency, and if you're lucky enough to find a shop, you can spend those black souls on high-level armor that's most likely going to accompany you to your grave. You will probably be buried in it. that top square at the very top of the map, that one is always the boss room. It's always going to be the boss room. And you're free to just make a beeline to it if you want to, but you have to find the doors, and then like you're skipping on a lot of stuff, and sometimes there's random like stat boosts hidden in another room. So, you know, it's up to you. Who am I to say what you should do first? But, you know, you should probably explore everything first. Now, coming in at number 2 is Wayward Souls. Now, why is Wayward Souls is not number 1? Rocket Cat Games' second appearance on the list and newest IP is a randomly generated dungeon crawler. That sentence made me so happy. Now, this is Rocket Cat Games. Fuck. This is Rocket Cat Games' attempt to bring the skill-based combat of the Souls series to the App Store. There's even an homage to it in the title. It's called Wayward Souls. I know I'm kind of grasping the straws here, but Souls, get that in your head. This game is hard, and it's going to require skill and a lot of it. As you play, you're going to get more used to it. You'll understand. Every single character is given a skill that's going to let them evade or block attacks. For instance, the warrior is given a shield, and you can bring that thing up, like, on the fly. All you gotta do is swipe down, you got your shield. You can block any amount of damage, but it takes away shield. You go in, you earn money. Your goal is to get a lot of money. I mean, your goal is to beat the level, but you gotta get a lot of money so you can upgrade your skills. You get permanent upgrades. There's no actual level ups. What you do, you buy your skills. It's similar to Rogue Legacy. So for instance, I put a lot of money into my shield retention. So basically there's a chance that when an enemy hits my shield, I'm going to retain that shield rather than lose it, so I don't have to pick up another one, because why would I want to pick up another one? That just wastes so much time. Anyway, what you're seeing on screen is not Mage Gauntlet. I know it looks very close. A lot of the assets from Mage Gauntlet were basically copy and pasted, which I'm okay with. If Mage Gauntlet was a sucky game, I'd be a little bit angry about it. I'm not even salty. Wayward Souls is basically the reason why Mage Gauntlet was so low on the list. It's because Mage Gauntlet's a great game, but Wayward Souls is a better version of that game. It takes everything that they introduce in Mage Gauntlet and refines it to perfection. So, the game is hard, and arguably my favorite part about the game isn't even a gameplay mechanic. The game is $5. There's no in-app purchases. Doesn't even give you the option. And then what they're doing is every time they release an update, they're going to bring up the price by $1. So the earlier you buy it, the better. So go buy this game really quick. It is really good. I don't care that it's not number 1. Go buy it. And now we finally arrive at number 1. My favorite dungeon crawler available on the iPhone is Pocket RPG by Crescent Moon Games. The main feature of this game is replayability, and it does it so well. It's almost, what am I saying, almost. It is exactly a mix between a twin-stick shooter and a dungeon crawler. To an extent, it is randomly generated, but that isn't what I'm talking about. That is not where the replayability comes from. Every single time you start another level, your character's level goes back down to 0. Every single level, you get a chance to get the achievement, the feeling that you've accomplished something of leveling up. So you'll start at 0, find the crappiest weapons possible, like dirty bows and like disgusting hammocks, and then you'll work your way up to the rare stuff. You will be so OP. It's got the Diablo feel. The money that you get from within a dungeon, you carry out with you, and you use it to master certain loot. The more loot that you master, the more likely it will appear, and the better stats that you'll get from it. Then you can also spend skill points from when you level up, and you can have persistent skill upgrades to your character. And if that wasn't enough, you can even go back through afterwards. There are 3 different characters to do this with. So far, I think my favorite is the Ranger. It might be the Binding of Isaac in me that I'm feeling. So go buy this game. The iPhone version is $5. I don't know what the HD version is. I want to say $6. I think it might be $6. Because I bought it back when I had like the iPhone 3GS or something like that. Or maybe, yeah, it was the 3GS. It isn't fully like optimized for the iPhone 5S. So if you can, I'd spring for the HD. Anyway guys, so those are my top 5 favorite dungeon crawlers on the iPhone right now. Let me know in the comments what your top 5 are actually, or even just your favorite dungeon crawler. I want to hear about this. If you guys like this sort of thing, if you guys liked what you saw here today, let me know by leaving a like and a comment, and I think I'm going to continue it. Maybe next time I'll do platformers or action games. So, again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you Ryan for the great idea, and I will talk to you all later. Goodbye.